Unbelievable. Shocking news has shaken the wrestling world to its core, and absolutely nobody could have predicted it. The Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar made his jaw-dropping return to WWE in the most brutal way imaginable, and the man who suffered the consequences was none other than Bronson Reed. What unfolded was nothing short of pure chaos, a moment so violent and unexpected that it has already carved its place in WWE history. Bronson Reed, also known as the AUSilla, was in the middle of what should have been a career-defining night. The crowd was rallying behind him, his momentum was peaking, and it finally seemed like months of hard work and grinding were about to pay off. Reed looked ready to cement himself as one of the most dominant forces on Raw. But then, the atmosphere inside the arena shifted. The lights dimmed, the air grew heavy, and in a moment that fans will never forget, Brock Lesnar stormed toward the ring like an unleashed monster. There was no music, no warning, no theatrics, just pure, unfiltered destruction. Before Bronson Reed could even process what was happening, Lesnar was already in the ring. The WWE Universe erupted as Brock charged forward with terrifying speed and speared Reed so violently that the ring itself seemed to rattle under the force. The sound of two titans colliding echoed through the arena like a car crash. Fans jumped to their feet, some screaming in terror, others chanting in disbelief. The energy was absolute madness. But what happened next took everything to an even darker level. This wasn't Brock Lesnar making a casual statement or setting up a future rivalry. This was a calculated, merciless attack designed to break Bronson Reed. Lesnar mounted him and began raining down fists, forearms, and elbows with such intensity that the commentary team actually went silent, their voices drowned out by the raw brutality on display. Lesnar wasn't there to compete. He was there to destroy. With terrifying ease, he hoisted Reed into the air like he was nothing and planted him into the mat with a devastating F5. The impact was so loud that it sent shockwaves through the arena. The crowd erupted, but these weren't cheers of excitement. They were horrified gasps, a mixture of fear and disbelief. Lesnar stood tall, breathing heavily, his eyes blazing with rage. But then he did something that nobody expected. He picked Reed up again. Another F5. Then another. In less than 2 minutes, Brock Lesnar had delivered 3 thunderous F5s, leaving Bronson Reed crumpled and broken. His body went limp, sprawled across the canvas as referees and security rushed into the ring, begging Brock to stop. But Lesnar didn't care. He shoved them aside effortlessly and dragged Reed out of the ring. What followed was destruction on an entirely new level. Lesnar cleared the announce table with his bare hands, ripping apart monitors and steel with frightening intensity. He then lifted Reed's 330-pound frame and delivered yet another bone-shattering F5, this time through the announce table. The wood splintered like glass as Reed lay motionless among the wreckage. The crowd's gasps turned into thunderous chants of "Holy S*******" as fans struggled to comprehend what they were witnessing. But even then, Brock wasn't finished. Dragging Reed's lifeless body back into the ring, Lesnar locked in his infamous Kimura lock, twisting Reed's arm with such vicious force that fans genuinely thought his shoulder had been dislocated. Reed's screams of agony echoed throughout the arena as he tapped frantically, but Brock wouldn't let go. Officials swarmed the ring, commentary screamed for mercy, and security tried to pry him off. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Lesnar released the hold and stood over Reed's broken body, a predator savoring his dominance. Then came the moment that truly sent chills down everyone's spine. Brock grabbed a microphone, his voice low, guttural, and dripping with venom. He growled, "Bronson Reed, you were in my spot." And with those 5 words, the WWE Universe was left speechless. He dropped the mic, stormed out of the ring, and left those words lingering like a curse. The question reverberated across the wrestling world. What did he mean? Why Bronson Reed? Why now? Social media exploded instantly with speculation. Was Reed promised a push that Lesnar felt belonged to him? Was WWE trying to position Reed as the new monster of the company, sidelining Lesnar? Or was there a deeper, more personal vendetta at play? Backstage reports later revealed something shocking. It wasn't about championships, social media feuds, or even personal insults. Insiders claimed that Bronson Reed had recently been penciled in by WWE executives to become the centerpiece of a major global marketing campaign, one that Brock Lesnar himself had once been the face of for years. The Beast, who had long been the symbol of dominance in WWE, had found himself replaced, and when he discovered this, he snapped. He didn't demand a meeting. He didn't ask for explanations. He unleashed fury. This wasn't just personal, it was symbolic. Lesnar was sending a message to WWE management and the entire locker room. You cannot replace me, you cannot erase me, and I will destroy anyone you try to put in my spot. Backstage, the fallout was immediate. Superstars were shaken to their core. Seth Rollins was overheard saying, "If they don't stop him, nobody's safe." Cody Rhodes reportedly warned officials that letting Brock run wild would spark a full-scale locker room mutiny. Meanwhile, hashtags like #SuspendLesnar, #JusticeForBronson, and #BeastGoneWild trended within minutes, while just as many fans defended Brock under #TeamLesnar, insisting that WWE disrespected the man who carried the company for years. The WWE universe was completely divided. Some saw Lesnar's actions as cowardly and cruel, while others saw them as a return to the unpredictable, uncontrollable beast they had been waiting for. And the bigger picture is impossible to ignore. If WWE is truly investing in Bronson Reed as the next face of destruction, how can they push him with Brock Lesnar looming over him, willing to annihilate him every time he steps into the spotlight? On the flip side, can WWE afford to punish or suspend Lesnar, knowing that he still sells tickets, headlines stadiums, and brings an aura of danger no one else can replicate? Rumors swirled that Lesnar's unique contract gives him far more freedom than the average superstar, allowing him to appear when he pleases and wreak havoc.